So currently on my way to the Manchester market at Spinningfields. We are in the car, we are packed up. It is currently 8:12 to be exact AM. We can get there from 9 and start unloading and setting up, and we have to be ready to trade at 10:30. So very excited. Are you excited, Jamie?
I am.
The Spicy Bean team! So this is a very last minute market for my first one. I basically had an email that there had been some spaces for a market in Manchester with one of the companies that I've got some other markets booked with, and luckily I had just had all of my market stall resources delivered on I think Tuesday, so I was able to spend Tuesday evening just setting up my my setup at home, playing around with it, having a look at some of my products on there, and that just made me so excited then, because I was like, oh my gosh, I just want to get selling now. I just want to get to a market. So then when I saw that email come through, I was like, so I checked with Jamie and he was down for it. So we've had a bit of a mad end of the week, the working week rather, prepping for this market, making sure we've got enough stock. I had a whole load of stickers that I had to print. I designed a couple of A5 notepads as well that I've added to my stock just for this market to see how they do. I've only got a couple of each design at the moment because I don't know how they're going to sell. They're currently not even on my Etsy store, so you know, I don't know whether people will want them, whether they're, you know, that they're any good. So I just wanted to make a couple. So this market really is just about testing the waters, having a look at my setup in like real life, having a look at how I display things, getting some ideas from other market stalls as well, hopefully meeting some other traders, and yeah, just getting a bit of a feel for the market vibe, and yeah, so I'm very excited anyway. I'm excited to see people, to see my products on display, and yeah, see how we get on today. It's just very much about learning, so yeah, let's see how we get on. It went so well for my first time. I was quite expecting it to be slow, and I wasn't expecting to make back the table because the table was £55, so it was a very expensive table, but I did, and I made a little bit of profit. I will do a full debrief when I'm at home and I can look over all the numbers and things, but yeah, I definitely made back the table, and also just got to meet lots of lovely people, lots of affirmation for the work that I've done as well, and it's just given me quite a bit of confidence to keep going, but yeah, full debrief post market will come after this. So, a reflection on my first market yesterday at Spinningfields in Manchester with the Makers Market. what can I say? It was an amazing day, an amazing first market experience. The overall vibe of the whole market was really, it was just really fun. There was lots of cool people there. I spoke to so many lovely people who were interested in my work, who took business cards, who followed me on social media, and I just really appreciate everybody who either stopped by to say hi or even brought something from me. It meant the absolute world. As someone who has only very recently started selling my work online and really getting into the social media sort of sphere with it all, it was amazing to see people looking at my work and actually buying it, because I've only got a few sales on Etsy, so actually having some like in-person sales was just amazing. Absolutely loved it. I want to give a huge shout out to two people that I met who were also running a stall. There's Joeymochii and Cuddles with Care. Joeymochii does really cute capybara prints and capybara art in general, and we got some prints from him. So we got this really cute one, the bubble tea capybara. I can't wait to put these up, honestly. I'm just holding off until I've shown you guys. This one, I just think the colours on this one are just so beautiful. Look at it. And then we've got, this one's so cheeky. It is the capybaras playing poker. Super cute. And because he's amazing, he also gave us an extra free print. So we got this one as well. And I just absolutely love the detail in the background of this one. I mean, look at that. That's just so cute. It just looks like it needs to be in a frame in some sort of art gallery, doesn't it? In a fancy frame next to the Mona Lisa. So super cute. So huge shout out to those guys. Cuddles with Care does beautiful crochet work as well. Honestly, if you've seen me on social media at all or engaged with me, you will know that I just have an obsession with crochet artists. I think it's amazing. It's not something that I particularly want to do myself, but I look at you guys and I just think it's amazing. So cool. And so yeah, it was lovely to meet both of them, and also just to get out there and meet some other new people as well, and some stall holders, people who've been doing it for a while. So it was a really valuable experience to do that. So in terms of transactions and sales then, most people opted to pay by card, which you'd expect. However, I did have a surprising number of cash payments actually, and I think that is down to the fact that we were in Manchester city centre. A lot of people who I either spoke to or who purchased from me who paid in cash were in fact tourists. So I think that, you know, they've got their cash with them because they're on holiday or, you know, sightseeing, and so they opted to pay with cash, which was absolutely fine. So yeah, it was an interesting range of cash and card for me. I think it'll be interesting going forward to see whether that changes depending on location, and whether there are a lot of tourists there or whether it's just sort of local people coming to visit. So it just really is going to depend on the type of market that I'll go to, I think. I sold around 25 items, which I was blown away with, and I actually made the cost of the table back, which was £55, and I made some profit as well, which I honestly wasn't expecting. I was very much using this as a opportunity to just go practice setting up my stall, get my name out there, test the waters, see if it's something I wanted to actually pursue. So to actually have made a profit, and you know, not a shabby profit either, from my first market was really good. However, I am aware that it's not all going to be like that. I was lucky enough to be in Manchester city centre, where I feel that the market for the cutesy sort of items that I sell, it's probably the right demographic and area for that. So I'm aware that it's going to vary from market to market. So I'm keeping my expectations very much sort of plateaued at the moment, but yeah, so that's in terms of transactions anyway, where I was up to with that. So in terms of any reflections from my stall, it was my first time setting it up. I actually only got my stall items and delivery on Monday or Tuesday of this week, and then I vended on Saturday. So it was a very, very quick turnaround. As I explained earlier on in the video, it was actually a very last minute market. I wasn't supposed to be doing a market until mid-April. However, I had the opportunity to go and vend at this one in Spinningfields, and I just couldn't miss upon the opportunity, being as I had at that point practice setting up sort of at home and had a look at what I thought I wanted the stall to look like. So it was, yeah, very quick turnaround. I actually set up fairly quickly. The biggest thing for me that I want to do a little bit more research into is stickers, because my stickers didn't sell as well as I thought they would. I think I only sold maybe 8 to 10 stickers, and they were my lowest cost item. They're £1.50 each, and then I had deals on. So I only actually sold one set of 6, which is the biggest deal I had, 6 for £6, and then I sold sort of odd ones here and there. So it, you know, it wasn't as fruitful for my stickers as I thought. Again, that could be market, that could be to do with a number of things, but I do think that the way that I was displaying my stickers is a big part of that. So at the moment, I have just got an acrylic stand for my stickers. It's typically used for nail varnish. I know lots of people use them. However, I have made quite a lot of stickers, and they're all very differing in size. And I think that the way that I set them out was just not visually appealing or inviting. So I think I need to really think about which ones I want to display. When I reprint them or make them again, how am I going to get the sizing better on them? It's all trial and error. And because I make my stickers at home myself, they're not outsourced. It's literally me drawing, copying them onto a sheet of A4 sticker paper, printing them and hoping for the best. So yeah, that's definitely something that I want to improve on. And I think I need to think about that niche a little bit more as well. So one thing I found in terms of products and stall was everybody was drawn to anything that was Studio Ghibli. From what I could see, there was very little offering elsewhere for Studio Ghibli objects and merch and fan art, and I know that typically would be expected at just a maker's market. However, the amount of people, you know, adults and children alike, that were coming up to my stall and going, oh my gosh, it's Totoro, oh my gosh, No Face. I think that was a big sign for me that, yeah, I need to tap into that a lot more. So I'm going to be making some clay later today because I feel so pumped to get started on some new ideas that I've got. And I think I'm going to be really focusing on the Ghibli side of it, particularly Totoro. He was a massive seller. I brought 2 pairs of Totoro earrings with me yesterday. I sold the first pair before the market even opened at like 10:30, and then I sold the second one within the first hour. So I think definitely more of those are going to be needed. And yeah, the worry stones that I took as well, worry stones were very popular. Everybody that walked past was like, oh my gosh, a worry stone, I need one of those, oh my gosh, worry stones. So definitely going to be making more worry stones moving forward. People were asking if I made them in different colours, different types. So I've gathered a little bit of that market research now, and I'm going to use that to hopefully make some new products to go on Etsy and for my next market. In preparation for this market, because of the short turnaround, I had a very short period of time to glaze the final products that typically I was going to glaze on Saturday, but that was when the market was. And so I had to kind of rush the glazing process. And at the moment I'm using epoxy resin, which if you've worked with epoxy resin, it's, yeah, it's difficult. It's a very mathematical, scientific process. And I'm not a very mathematical or scientific person, believe it or not. So I'm finding it hard to use at the moment. I'm not saying that I don't want to explore it more. However, from the research that I have done into other polymer clay makers and creators who, you know, are making similar sorts of products to the products that I'm making, a lot of them are using UV resin, and I've been on the fence about it because I wasn't willing to invest more until I'd sold a bit more, but now that I have and I made a little bit of profit, I have invested. So I am going to be trialing the use of UV resin from now on. I've managed to Amazon Prime get some for today. So when I do make my clay today, I am going to hopefully be glazing it and trialing out using the UV resin. So I'm hoping that for myself as the artist, that will bring me a little bit more confidence in my products, as I wasn't fully confident with the glaze on, you know, some of the products that I was offering. However, nobody kind of made comment about that. It's one of those things that as an artist you take, you know, you are your worst critic, aren't you? So you look at things and you see all the flaws that somebody else who's looking for the good in it is not going to see. However, I just feel like hopefully this UV resin will give me a little bit more of a boost in terms of my confidence in how the final product looks, and will hopefully allow me to make a lot more products quickly as well, and to stop my kitchen from looking like a production line for days on end, because that's how long the resin takes to set. So final thoughts then. Definitely would do this market again. I had so much fun. It went so fast. I was expecting it to drag. It went so fast. It wasn't that I was taking transaction after transaction or anything like that, but I made at least 2 maybe sales per hour, and I wasn't expecting that at all. It was amazing. Everyone I spoke to was so lovely, so complimentary of my work. It was so funny seeing people's reaction to the name of the stall, you know, going spicy bean, spicy bean. And it was just really, it was funny to hear people saying it, but also just comical, because I know that the name is funny. And so I think that even just the name on my banner as people walk past, people were intrigued. So definitely would go there again. I can't wait for my next market. I'm going to be at Trentham Gardens in mid-April for the Trentham Makers Market. I'm so excited to get vending there. And the next market that I'm doing, I've actually got a market the day after, so it's going to be a double market weekend. So I've got to get crafting. I've got to make sure that I can replenish the stock, get some more worry stones on the go, some more keyrings, and yeah, it gives me a bit of time now to think about how I want that sticker display to look. But if you have any suggestions, please share them with me. I am willing to listen and learn. A big part of the reason I've decided to go down the market and hopefully in the future artist alley route is because I have been really enjoying taking in content from creators from all over the world who currently do this, who go and sell at makers markets and artist alleys. It's been such a huge thing for me, a huge source of enjoyment for me over the last few months since starting my small business. And it's all of the tips and tricks that I picked up from all of you guys out there, the creators out there at the moment, has been so invaluable for me. So if you are one of those creators, or you're just somebody that sells at markets or artist alleys or anything on the regular, and you've got any tips and tricks to share with me, please share them. I'm more than willing to learn from your guidance. And yeah, follow along and subscribe if you would like to see more of my processes, my artist journey, and the journey of just creating a small business from scratch as well. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. I would absolutely love it if you could click that subscribe button and drop me a like and a comment as well. I am so happy to have had the opportunity to make this video, and yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.